What's up guys, Josh Blunt here. Today we're going to be talking about 3 of the most common and effective supplements that you should be taking to maximize your workouts. Let's get started. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Thank you for joining me. In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 supplements that you should be taking to maximize your results in the gym. If you haven't already subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified right when I release my next video. And with that being said, let's dive right in. There are many questions about which supplements we should or shouldn't be taking. Just a few examples include creatine, protein powder, pre-workouts, BCAAs or branched chain amino acids, weight gainers, HMB, which is a molecule that's produced when your body processes the amino acid leucine, and testosterone boosters. Now, many of these might play a role in your life, but today we're just going to be talking about the top 3, in my opinion, that you should be taking to maximize your results. So when it comes to BCAAs, unless you're in a calorie deficit, unless you're reducing the amount of calories that you're taking in per day, I wouldn't really recommend BCAAs because you should be getting enough amino acids to the proteins that you're going to be taking through a normal diet. So if you're in a maintenance phase or a calorie surplus, you should be fine. As far as weight gainers, you could make your own weight gainer if you'd like by mixing protein powders, raw oats, bananas, peanut butter, all in a blender. Throw a little milk in there. You can create your own weight gainer without having to purchase any of this artificial stuff, which is mainly sugar. HMBs are highly effective getting that main amino acid, but that one we're going to talk about in another video. And as far as testosterone boosters, this is only going to give you about 20 to 30% of a boost in testosterone, which isn't really enough to see massive gains. So I wouldn't recommend it as far as the downsides of this and also the expense. So today we're just going to be talking about those top 3, including creatine, protein powder, and pre-workouts. So let's kick this off here with pre-workouts. There are so many to choose from, but a couple of my favorites include MyProtein, the pre-workout, High Doses pre-workout, Muscle Feast Pumped, Athlean RX, and Legion Athletics Pulse. Now, like I just said, there are many, many more, but all of these pre-workout supplements are going to have 3 common benefits. The first common benefit is going to be citrulline malate, which is a nitric oxide activator. Nitric oxide is a compound in the body that causes blood vessels to widen and stimulates the release of certain hormones, such as insulin and human growth hormones, basically improving blood flow and recovery times. The next one is beta-alanine, which is a power, strength, and endurance activator, which could delay fatigue and increase overall endurance. But the third one here is most effective. Caffeine is going to be the main benefit of a pre-workout. We all know what caffeine can do to us, and it is extremely beneficial during your workouts. Pre-workouts can get very expensive, so in my personal opinion, some form of caffeine is all you really need. Whether it's coffee, tea, espresso, or another healthy form of caffeine that works best for you. That'll be up to you and your goals. A study published by PubMed in 2012 was aimed at determining whether caffeine ingestion would increase the workload voluntarily chosen by athletes in a limited sleep state. The conclusion of the study states that caffeine increased voluntary workload in professional athletes, even more so under conditions of self-reported sleep. Caffeine may prove worthwhile when athletes are tired, especially those identified as responders. Another study published by PubMed in 2013 states that caffeine ingestion enhancing aerobic performances is well established. Therefore, acute caffeine ingestion not only enhances resistance exercise performances to failure, but also reduces perception of exertion and muscle pain. Now, if you're not used to caffeine, then I only recommend taking about 150 milligrams per day before your workout. You're going to want to test this, see how you react, and adjust from there. I wouldn't recommend taking it too early because then you won't get the effects during your workout, which defeats the purpose. I also wouldn't recommend taking it too late because you're not going to get the effects until the end of your workout, which again defeats the purpose. Most studies show that you should be taking the pre-workout 30 to 45 minutes before your workout. Just make sure you account for the drive to the gym and your warm-up because you want the caffeine to be at its peak level during your working sets and not your warm-up. The next thing I want to talk about is protein powders. Now again, there are many different kinds of protein powders that you can be taking. A few examples would be whey protein, casein protein, hemp protein, and plant-based protein powders. But I'm just going to be talking about the two main protein powders that I recommend, and that's going to be whey protein and casein protein. To look at the difference here, a study published by PubMed in 2016 states that whey protein is characterized as a fast protein and casein as a slow protein according to their digestion and absorption rates. Protein powder can be very convenient, especially if you're on the go. Obviously, you're not going to be able to cook a protein meal when you're out and about. It's also a great way to meet your protein requirements without feeling overly full throughout the day. So a scoop or two of protein powder is definitely recommended and very useful. Because whey protein has quicker absorption rates, it's recommended to be taken before or after your workout. Having the right amount of protein will make sure that you're in a higher state of protein synthesis over protein breakdown. And that's exactly where you want to be for the most growth. Casein protein, on the other hand, is best taken before bed due to its slower absorption rates, making sure that you have enough protein to avoid muscle breakdown throughout the night. And with that being said, 0.7 to 1 gram of daily protein intake per pound of body weight is recommended, and that's going to depend on you and your goals. There are many factors that go into play here. Another study published by PubMed in 2018 looking at the effects of protein supplementation on performance and recovery in resistance and endurance training states that the factors that affect the utility of pre- and post-workout feeding include, but are not necessarily limited to, training status, as an example, novice versus advanced, or recreational versus competitive athlete, duration of exercise, the number of training sessions per day, the number of competitive events per day, etc., etc. So as you can see, there's a lot of different factors that go into play. What I would recommend is that if you're exercising in a fasted state, I would get a hold of a whey protein shake immediately after the workout or whenever it's convenient, so you can make sure that you get the fresh protein for recovery. Now, if you've already had some kind of protein before the workout, then getting a protein shake immediately after the workout isn't really necessary. Even if you're waiting a couple of hours, that should be fine. All right, next up, creatine. And I'm sure you can guess there's a lot of different kinds of creatine as well, including creatine monohydrates, creatine ethyl ester, creatine malate, creatine citrate, and creatine nitrate, and on and on and on. But I'm only going to talk about creatine monohydrate because it's the cheapest and the most researched as well. In 2017, there was a paper published by the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition that states, creatine is one of the most popular nutritional ergogenic aids for athletes. And also states, these studies provide a large body of evidence that creatine can not only improve exercise performance, but can also play a role in preventing and or reducing the severity of injury, enhancing rehabilitation from injuries, and helping athletes tolerate heavy training loads. So overall, creatine is considered one of the most effective natural muscle building supplements out there. This meta-analysis compared the differences in 250 supplements for muscle growth and found that creatine to be the best for results. Some might also choose to go through a loading phase, taking up to 20 grams per day for 5 to 7 days. This will saturate the muscles quickly, but it isn't all that necessary because of the fact that you don't build a tolerance to creatine like some might think. So even 5 grams per day will get you the same outcome over time. So that's going to be up to you. Now, the best time to take creatine is either pre or post workout, so I'll leave that up to you, but studies do show that taking it with about 40 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein will give you the best results. So what I would recommend is mixing it up with a shake after a workout if you're looking for it to be the most effective. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. A key takeaway here is that even though supplements can definitely improve performances and give you better results, they are a smaller piece to a larger puzzle. So these supplements are supposed to be added to a healthy nutrition plan and an exercise program tailored to your goals for the best results. If you're looking for a fundamental breakdown of the most common and effective diets, click the link down below, the beginner's guide. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified right when I release my next video. And as always, guys, we all have different realities in life. Discover what works for you. I'll see you on the next video.